All right, guys. What time is it?
Meditation time.
Meditation time. Yeah. He's got a mouthful of cookies, and obviously you can see we did not rehearse that. So welcome everyone. My name is Adam, and we are in my home with half of my kids. And today we're going to start basically class 1 on teaching your kids how to meditate. Now, I grew up with severe ADHD. By the time I was 2, I was pretty wild and rambunctious, or so I was told, and my mother raised me as a single mother in a relatively rough area. The way that she handled it, being holistic and natural in manner, was through meditation. She taught me how to meditate to handle life, but I think in reality she was teaching me to meditate so that she could handle me. But it worked, right? So here we are, fast forward in life. I have a severe brain injury, a major TBI, but I've been meditating my entire life, and that is one of the most important things that gets me through everything. So, where do we start with meditation when teaching your kids? Because it's hard enough just to get them to sit still in one position for 1 second, right? So I've been teaching all of my kids, all 6 of them, to meditate since they were babies. And for instance, Darius, who's now 11, meditates with me very frequently, and he's now at about 15 minutes, right? At about a 15-minute duration of meditation. Cassius and Gemma both meditate with me regularly, not as frequently, but regularly, and regularly. And they will meditate for a few minutes at a time and then pretty much get ready for bed. So it works out pretty well. But where do we start? Where do we begin with meditation? Because most kids are like, I don't know what meditation is. I don't want to sit still, right? So we start with, what are you doing with cookies? Put them away. Put them away. We start with breathing. And we introduce breathing to them because most people, even adults, are not breathing properly. They're certainly not breathing in the most healthy way. Now, your breath is connected to everything. Our breath is our body. Our breath is our mind. Our breath is our spirit. And it connects us to the earth. Because once we stop breathing, what happens? We die. And then we go back to the earth, and then we go back to God. We go back to where we were created. So we don't want to stop breathing yet. But what we want to do is control our breathing. And if we control our breathing, we control our body, and we control our mind. And we control our stress or anxiety or happiness or worry or sadness or cares. Because when we can control the in and the out of our breath, we control everything. So the first thing that we want to do before even breathing is what? Darius?
Get in a comfortable position.
We get in a comfortable position. Now, Cassius, what's your favorite position?
Half lotus.
Cassius likes half lotus. Darius and Gemma usually like crisscross applesauce. I do a half lotus. Years ago, that's right, Darius likes to do a half lotus sometimes. Years ago, I used to be able to do a full lotus, but I cannot anymore due to back issues. So I will usually do a half lotus.
What's a full lotus?
You wrap your underleg and bring it up through this top leg. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to show you that. Sorry, bud. Now, what do we do? You probably will be able to soon, Gemma. I'll teach you how to do it. Where do we put our hands when we're meditating?
Here.
Okay, Gemma, why do you like to put your hands there?
Because it's easier.
Because it's easier. That's all. That's the only reason. Because it's easier, right? Yeah. So Gemma likes to keep her hands here. Darius, why do you like to put your hands there?
So that energy can flow through your hands and into your body.
Because Darius has already experienced the flow of energy in his meditation. He's already been there long enough where he has gotten into a meditative state and he has felt what that can do to his body. And he's only 11. So the one thing that we want to do no matter what in our position is we want to be open, ready, and receptive to the energy that the universe, through our Father, through our Creator, through Mother Earth, whatever you'd like to call it, that energy is available to us. And it's there no matter what. No matter who you believe that energy is sourcing from, it is there available to us. And we want to be ready to receive it. And so we want palms open, palms up, ready to receive the energy. Now, I prefer just palms resting on my knees facing up. This is typically how I am most comfortable. The first thing that I do before I even start breathing is I just rock my neck back and forth lightly. And I find my position of where my neck wants to sit comfortably. And then the breath, the most important part of meditation and the most important part of life, is an inhale through the nose. In, we fill up our diaphragm down here. We don't fill up our chest, right, Cash? We fill up our diaphragm.
And then it comes straight out into your mouth.
And we blow it out gently and controlled. Now, the reason we fill up our diaphragm is because short breaths, when we suffocate or hyperventilate, goes into our chest. And we don't want to do that. We want to fill up our diaphragm.
Our diaphragm.
Because that allows us more control of the inhale and the exhale, and even of the holding of the breath once it's inside, okay? Now, ultimately, the thing you want to work on, hold on, sweetie, is that you want to be able to control the count of your inhale and match it with the count of your exhale. So we're counting, okay? But we don't want to get there yet. We don't need to introduce that to them yet, but that's the goal. So first, we are learning to breathe in through our diaphragm and out through our mouth, okay? So controlling the breath. We call those deep cleansing breaths. So first, we're going to start with 3 deep cleansing breaths. Ready?
I want to say go.
You want to say go?
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. That's 2.
Do one more.
And that's 3.
Good. Do you feel your mind relax? Darius, what do you feel while you're taking your cleansing breaths? Tired and relaxed, he says. That's good. Now, when you are at school, you feel calm, Gemma?
Yeah.
That's good. Now, when you are at school, or you're with your friends, or you're at home, and something stresses you out a little bit, or something kind of makes you worried, if you can stop and mentally and mindfully tell yourself, deep cleansing breath, then you inhale through your nose, fill your diaphragm, blow it out in a controlled way. You will then be able to control your thoughts and your reaction to your thoughts. So if your little sister or your little brother is upsetting you or making you mad or stressing you out or making you angry, and if you stop and take a cleansing breath, you might not feel so stressed. Okay? Good, Gemma. Very good. Now, a deep cleansing breath is helpful at all times. At all times. Before you take a test.
4 deep cleansing.
You just took 4 deep cleansing breaths. How do you feel?
Tired. Really, really tired.
Relaxed and tired. Good. Now you can do deep cleansing breaths anywhere that you are. Anywhere. Sitting in traffic in the car. And this is something for adults too. We want to take those deep cleansing breaths and fill the diaphragm with good, helpful, useful air. Okay? So we do a lot of work on breathing. And that's all there is. That's the first step. We don't do anything else until we control our breath. Sometimes we'll listen to some music, some meditational music that feels calm and relaxing. And then sometimes we'll just sit in this position and pray. right? We had a really good experience the other night when we got in our meditational pose. We did our cleansing breaths, and then we prayed. And then we meditated for 15 minutes for you and an hour for me. Meditation is the breath of life. Because when we stop breathing, what happens?
We die.
We die. We don't want to do that yet, do we?
No.
No, we don't. So meditation is literally the breath of life. So the more comfortable you are with your breathing, and the more in control you are of your breathing, the more in control you are of your life. That is what we want everyone to know, right?
Yeah.
Because life is wonderful. And we want to enjoy it and live it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And meditation is one of the greatest things in life. Is that a big heart?
Yeah.
This is Gemma's big heart. You do have a big heart. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Guys, let's do 3 more deep cleansing breaths, and we're going to
then say
close the
goodbye.
video, and then we'll say goodbye, okay? Cassius, do you want to lead off our cleansing breaths this time?
Yes.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, 0. That's 2.
Yeah? Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Good, good. So there's our deep cleansing breaths. And that's step 1 in teaching your children how to meditate. Yes, Cassius?
Done.
We're done.
Okay.
Now,
Now let's say goodbye.
Cassius. Let's tell them what else we're going to be doing. We're going to have step 2 coming out soon, and then we're also going to be starting a video series of teaching your children self-defense. Now, my father is a professional PFS fighting instructor. That's Progressive Fighting Systems Instructor. Now, that is Jeet Kune Do and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. And if you're not familiar, Jeet Kune Do was Bruce Lee's fighting structure. And Gracie Jiu-Jitsu incorporates a lot of the ground fighting and the grappling. Now, I was fortunate enough to have someone teach me a lot of life-saving skills because I did have to apply them probably 100 times in my life. And I am only here, still alive, because of those things. I have taught most of my kids the basics. We do Sunday fight nights at home. That's not when we fight each other. It's when we work on self-defense. And we're going to be doing a lot of those classes and lessons so that we can teach you how to defend yourselves if you have to, or teach your children how to defend themselves. Because you don't ever want to have to use it, but you always want to know it. Yes, Gemma?
Can we say goodbye now?
Yes, should we say goodbye now? All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And now they get their sillies out after meditation.